you went to Cleveland during LeBron's second tenure. So at that point, did he already have the reporters that he was comfortable with? Like, was it harder to build a relationship because you were a newcomer now during his second tenure in the market?
That's a great question, B. I tell people this all the time. Like, it is really difficult to establish relationships with players who are already established. Because if they're already established, they're already high profile names. They have their circle of people who they trust already. They have their go-to reporters who they'll say, all right, give this information to, give this to. And so I will say this, Bron was very open, very open. And I remember Dave McMenamin, who's at ESPN, he went the same year I went. He was covering the Lakers prior, then he went to cover Cleveland for ESPN that year. So it was a great group of us. It was me, Dave McMenamin, Joe Varden, who at the time worked at the paper with me, but we all came the same time. He was the LeBron reporter. Our paper came up with a LeBron reporter role, which was unprecedented. I've never heard of a role like that before. And you had Jason Lloyd, who worked at the Akron Beacon Journal at the time. And so it was a cool time, but Bron was very open. Like, Bron was very open and receptive, which surprised me. Because he was already proven the hottest commodity, the hottest player in the league, the face of the league. But no, it is like, but for, and I've, me and Chris Paul built a great relationship. And about three years ago. And, that's hard to do with guys who are that old. They know the lay of the land already. So, yeah, that was tough. And that was a concern. But I felt that even though I'm taking another beat job, in many ways, this beat is a national beat because everybody wants to know what LeBron is doing. You had Kyrie Irving over there, Kevin Love. And so it worked. It worked. It definitely, LeBron, I tell people this all the time. There's a few players who I owe a debt of gratitude to for my career and just helping me get to where I was, get to where I am. Damian Lillard, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant. After that, I went to cover I was based in the Bay Area for ESPN and covered Steph, KD, Draymond, Clay. Like, I've covered as a beat guy, like some Hall of Famers. Like that was weird. And B, I know you ain't asking about this real quick, but when ESPN poached me and wanted me to be based in the Bay and being at, most of the Warrior games, I didn't like that. I didn't want to do that because I'm covering, this is in the height of their rivalry. And I know how people, even though I'm an independent journalist, right? I just knew how it would look to fans and players who I've established relationships with in Cleveland. Now that I'm going over there and try to establish a relationship with, Warriors players.
Yeah.
And like, that concerned me. Like, I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that. I ended up doing it, of course. And what happened? One of the first times there was media availability in the locker room for the Warriors, Draymond Green approached me, calling me a spy, and he was dead serious. Like, you a spy? Who sent you over here? The Cavs sent you over here to spy on us. We ain't talking to you. I'm going to let everybody in here know we are not talking to you. And I had to tell Draymond about this, when we became, I guess, colleagues, at TNT. I'm like, do you remember you saying that to me, man? He was like, yeah, I remember. I was on, my bad. I was on one. Like, he was dead serious. But that just showed you how intense that rivalry was at the time. It was mutual respect, but it was some bad blood based off of the fact that they faced each other all the time. And so I was hesitant to take it because of that. But it was a great role. And, I'm coming from nothing. My first year when I got that first contract in Portland, my salary was $35,000, and I was ecstatic to make that. And so you can imagine what I made, going to ESPN at that time. So
a little bit more.
I had to bite the bullet, man.